Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Tammy and today I'm here for just a quick chatty video to talk about our January goals and my mid-month check-in. Let's get started. If you're new here, I use a MakseLife goal setting planner. This is my second year in this planner, so my goals and tracking of those goals are built into my monthly, weekly planner. So it's the planner I'm using all the time, every day. I have shared about my 2021 goals and my plans for the year in another video. I'll link that here and below. And then I've also shared a couple of the additional planners that I'm using that I've set up for some of those specific goal categories. And I'll also have those linked in the description below. Now, one of the things I'm going to talk about today is that health planner, which was one of my recent videos, and how that's going. So let's just go ahead and dig into the 8 categories in the MakseLife goal setting system, the goals that I set for January, and where they stand. If you're not following me on Instagram, I highly recommend it. That's where I am most days and where I've shared my January goals already. I don't think that it would be, I don't know, you guys let me know. Would you like to see a video at the beginning of every month with the goals and then a mid-month check-in? And then going forward at the end of one month, when I recap for the month, I could tell you about my upcoming goals. It seems like a lot of videos when some of the goals are just going to take time and they may not necessarily be interesting on a monthly basis. But I know there's a lot of people that are new to goal setting or new to using the MakseLife planner, and you may just have questions and feel like you're not doing it right. First of all, if you're using the planner in any way, you're doing it right. So it wouldn't be about my way being the right way, but I think sometimes it's helpful to see somebody else go through the process. So let me know in the comments, if you guys want to see more videos and what you'd like to see and how often, and we'll go from there. The first category in the MakseLife system is personal. And for me, for 2021, a lot of that has to do with reading and creativity with art. So for January, I set a few specific goals, a lot of them around reading just because I'm excited about that and it's just a good time of year for that. So even though it's dark early after work and things like that, I have the ability to read, whereas some of the creative endeavors like painting and things like that, I may spend more time on when light is better outside of my day job. So the first one was to read 100 Days to Brave, and I'm actually going to be carrying that through. So I want to be reading that book, one passage every day for 100 days. So I'm working on that in January. Then I want to finish reading Where the Crawdads Sing. Also want to read Atomic Habits. I also wanted to read I'm Still Here, Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness. And then I made a goal to play with my new camera lens at least once a week in the month of January. So far, I've already finished I'm Still Here by Austin Channing, and I really, really recommend that book. It's a very quick read, but it's very impactful. And I'm in the process on all the other books. Actually, I like to read multiple books at one time, so that's what I'm doing there. And I have gotten my camera lens out at least once. It's the middle of the month, so ideally I would have done more with it, but it's really a lens for portraiture. And again, with the light not being great after work, I haven't really had a lot of time with that, so I'm not sure if that was the best goal for the month. Okay, fun and recreation. In the fun and recreation category, I set 3 specific goals. One is to go on a date with my husband. We have been married a very long time. January has been our 27th wedding anniversary. But we really, I think the biggest thing over almost the last year is that we really don't have a lot of time alone, and it's hard to get out and do things we used to do. So we want to come up with something that we're just doing, just the 2 of us basically. And then I also set a goal for us to try a new park trail or like walking, hiking area nearby. We need to kind of figure that out, and it's kind of dependent too on the weather, because basically if the weather cooperates, we would flip that and just take the boat out. We live in Florida, in case you're new. And then we want to plan a trip to take the boat over to the Gulf side of Florida sometime in the next 3 to 4 months for a long weekend. So given all the circumstances and just restrictions and trying to be safe, we've got to really figure that out. It's not as simple as just picking a place and going. So we want to plan that this month. We won't take the trip this month. We just want to make the plan. Okay. Third category is work and learning, and a lot of this for me is this. It's my YouTube and Instagram and just this community that we're building here together. So I actually set a big goal to film, edit, and upload 14 videos to YouTube this month. So at the time that this video goes up, that should be 6 out of 14, so I'm not really on track. But part of that delay was I had videos scheduled for every single day for the first week of January. And then when world events happened, I just decided that that was not a priority and not the content that I wanted to be putting out for the rest of that week. And so I had rescheduled some of those videos. So it may be a goal that gets adjusted. I also want to start watching some tutorials on using some of the Adobe software. I do have a subscription to that now, so I want to get more familiar with it. And then I wanted to sign up for consulting with my friend Jen LaForge, which I have scheduled for February, so that is already checked off. Family and relationships. So I had two simple things in this, and one is to just basically work intentionally with my daughter on home management, as she is working from home right now as a college graduate, but eventually she will have her own place without roommates or anything. So we're just working on that as part of our daily habits and routines and that kind of thing. And then we sent pictures to my husband's grandmother. I want to do that once a month. She does not have any kind of internet or anything like that to see things the way a lot of us do. So we're trying to be intentional about that as well. Next, health and wellness. And again, if you saw my video where I set up a separate MakseLife planner to track this, I have to be like true confessions at this point. I have it out and I have put something down every week, but I am not using it every day. And I am undecided. It's really just been a couple weeks, and it's been a crazy couple weeks. But it's also been a crazy like 10 and a half months. So I don't basically want to use that as an excuse at this point. So if I did that, I would have what a lot of people in the Moxie community have done, where they have a vertical and a horizontal layout back to back. And then basically I would have the first 6 months of the year in one coil and the second half in another coil. I really don't want to do that. I really want it to be separate, but I've got to be more consistent with using it, or it's maybe just too much in too many places. Undecided. I'm going to keep working on it in January. And then the first goal was just to set up the planner, which I have done, and I am happy with the overall approach of how I'm trying to use it. I just need to actually track in the planner, which was the second goal, which I'm not doing, not consistently. The next category is spiritual and personal growth. And basically for 2021, my goal is to read through the Bible chronologically, which is broken down in an app in the Bible app. So it's very convenient. That's how I'm doing it, and I've stayed on track with that so far, so I'm happy with that. But not long after the year started, I heard about a podcast called The Bible Recap, and I guess she's going through and discussing it basically in that same schedule as what I'm doing. So I'd like to catch up on that podcast if I can, and then start listening to that at least a couple of times a week, listen to several days at a time. I think it's pretty short, so I added that to my January goals in the spiritual category. We're down to the last two. So health and financial were my stretch goals for the year, are my stretch goals for the year. And so financial, I had several goals listed out for January. One was to set up our January budget, which I have done. And if you haven't seen my budget planner video, I'll link that here as well. You can see how I have my A5 ring set up from cloth and paper with inserts from several different shops, and I am loving it. So then one of the other goals is to track our expenses every week, which I have also done so far, and I'm just telling you, it's so much easier than a lot of things I've tried in the past. So I'm super, super excited about that. Third goal was to schedule our debt payoff plan. So we have a goal to pay off a credit card here at the beginning of 2021. And so I've got that all figured out, what we need to do that. And the fourth goal was to close out our December budget. I basically had almost every single thing in there. We had a good idea of what had happened. I did not actually close it out all the way. And part of that was I just decided to to start with a clean slate. The system that I have going forward for 2021 is much simpler, and I just tried and changed a lot of things in 2020, trying different systems. So everything's in like 3 or 4 different places, and it just basically didn't make that much difference. We put a big chunk towards debt at the end of December, and we're moving on. The last category is physical environment, and basically my only goal for January is to use the home planner, and I also have a video for that. The physical home planner is sold out, but the PDF downloads are available if you're interested in that. I'll also have that video linked here. I love this planner, and last week, basically from the 6th of January till the beginning of the following week was not great as far as tracking in it. But my goal with that planner is not to check every single box every single day, is to use it as a guide. So the main area where I'm not super happy with my progress right now on this is that I have not done the kind of weekly projects, which is one of the things I'm most excited about this planner. So at this point in time, I would have reorganized the pantry, deep cleaned the fridge, and then this week that we're in, I would be deep cleaning the deep freeze. We had actually just done reorganized and all of that on the deep freeze right before Christmas, so I'm actually good with that. I'm not going to redo anything with that. So that really gives me time this week to catch up mainly on the pantry. The fridge is fine. So I do that fairly regularly as it is, and so I'm excited because basically I feel like I just need to catch up on the pantry, and I'm perfectly happy with where I am with that planner as well. So that was a lot, but I have a lot of goals for 2021, and that's how I broke them down for January, and that's where the progress stands. So let me know in the comments what goals you're making great progress on. What goals do you feel like you need help with? What do you feel like is holding you back? And I'm just excited to share this journey with you guys. If you're not familiar with the MakseLife, this is my 2021 planner. I use a vertical, and the verticals are the only ones that are left at the time this video is going up. So if you're at all interested in the goal setting system, you can get just the companion notebooks and use it with whatever system you already have for a planner, or you can get a full planner with vertical weekly layouts. So those are very close to selling out for 2021, so make sure you click the link to check out that planner if you're interested. And I am just excited to chat more about goals with you in 2021. This is something that I have literally been doing my whole life, and I love that it's all built into my planner now. So check in with me on Instagram. Let me know what you're excited about. Comment below if you want to see these videos mid-month and beginning of every month, and we'll just get some things done in 2021. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Have a fabulous day.